Title says it all. I was 16, and my first job was in a shoe shop. We had one regular awkward woman customer who came in every Saturday afternoon, whilst the store was at its busiest, and literally asked to try on every pair of shoes in the shop before leaving an hour later without buying anything. I was the new boy and the youngest, so all the other staff always dumped her on me. One day, she was up to her usual Saturday afternoon hobby and an elderly lady, obviously visually impaired, handed me a pair of shoes and asked me how much. They were the awkward customer's own shoes that the elderly woman had picked from the floor. I quoted her a ridiculously low price, and she bought them immediately. 10 minutes later, the awkward customer started shrieking that she couldn't find her shoes, and after complaining to the manager believing they had been stolen by shoplifters. He was having none of it, stating it wasn't the company's fault if customers had property stolen in the store. The woman had to buy a new pair of shoes or leave barefooted. We never saw her again. Edit. Thank you for all the replies. I would never have believed this posting would generate so much interest. As a reply on AskReddit and only received 3 replies, lol. To elaborate on the story and answer some of the questions raised. Firstly, yes, it is a true story and happened sometime over the school summer holiday period of 1984. Shortly after I started working at the store. The department I worked in wasn't exactly the normal shoe shop environment most people are familiar with. I worked in a special department on the lower ground floor of one of the larger branches of a national department. Sold all the reject stock from all the other branches. Stuff such as shop soiled, sun-faded stock from window displays, repaired damaged stock, customer returns, etc. The standard that could be sold in the regular departments. All stock we held was displayed on the shop floor on racks, so you couldn't ask for different sizes, etc., as it was all random stuff. We only displayed the right foot of a pair of shoes and customers had to ask for the left foot of the shoe to try on, and there was a rule that only one pair could be given to one customer to try on for security reasons. We had a major problem with shoplifting, and there were only normally 2 or maximum 3 members of the department. It was a hell of a job keeping track of the pairs that were handed to customers to try when the shop floor was busy, and often shoplifters waited till we were all distracted then left without paying. This was before CCTV, so all we had were our eyes to monitor where paired stock was on the shop floor. The woman I describe as awkward wasn't just awkward in the traditional sense. She was totally obnoxious, narcissistic, racist, and constantly demanding attention. Her behavior lost us a lot of stock to shoplifters because she distracted us from watching other paired stock out on the shop floor, and she wouldn't return pairs she didn't want, just kicked them off in a corner before wandering around looking for the next pair. A couple of weeks before the story, a pair of shoes she had asked to try were stolen. Because of her doing this was that it wasn't her problem and we deserved to lose stock because we were all Jews. Sorry if this is offensive to you, but that's what she said. Back to the original story, lol. The incident wasn't premeditated, it was one of those spontaneous, fuck you opportunities where all rationality temporarily disappears for a moment. The elderly lady handed me the bitch woman's shoes and that was it, lol. I can't remember what bagged them, and the sale went through the till followed by a thank you. Incidentally, the condition of the bitch woman's shoes and quality of brand was a lot better than the crap we sold, so the old dear got one hell of a bargain. My thoughts immediately afterwards weren't of satisfaction, they were of oh shit. And I was bricking it, worrying what would happen next, lol. When the shit hit the fan and the manager became involved, I was just glad he was pre-aware of her and had no sympathy of her loss because of her attitude when she previously lost our stock. Once again, thank you for all replies and unexpected flow of upvotes.
I would rather do almost any other job than that.
That's hilarious. Nice job. Made 2 sales. And got rid of a bad customer. Good work.
Hey, my cow is going into labor. I need you to pull the cafe out.
And careful not to spill any of the milk. We need that for the lats.
Thank you for reminding me that retail and anything with customers is the worst.
Upvoted your comment, because it was already over the 666.
I probably was when I was 16. It was over 30 years ago. Low.
Had to double check if this was from.
I only earned 110 per hour and she made me do 5 worth of work every 5.
Miss, please accept an upvote as compensation.
Sounds like a bigger job than anticipated.
Are you sure it wasn't David Mitchell's or Yachubor? Simon's MPCT equals 31. He did this too.
It is not begging, they are confessing. You might get a hint from the subreddit name. Somebody has apparently not worked in retail.
P.S. Just confessing what he did, Jude.
Who knows, maybe the cow has a whole cafe in her cooter.
But that's not what this confession is about. The best people like you who are in the sub, I come here for juicy confessions like this. Not I always compliment people at work. Teehee.
She just went to a different store and continued doing that creepy behavior though.
Not if the customer is damaging the shoes themselves and returning them every month for free replacements. Good God, what is your problem? Now I really want to know what her deal was.
He shouldn't even bother giving the negative comments a response. A lot of them are. Nice and Renty actually the ones doing the job, so fuck him.
Did the woman fit the following description? Blonde, pixie or close to head haircut, middle-aged, lots of makeup? If yes to at least 2 of these, and you may have dealt with a Karen.
Where I work we have an item code for things, not in the system, so in there I could sell anything for any price I want.
Not really taking advantage, he gave the old lady the shoes she likes for a low price. And eliminates another problem in the process.
My dad told me as a kid on his paper route a farmhand put him.
Decide to have him see how it happened. This young guy elbow deep in a cow.
There's something he says he will never forget. And once the cafe's out, I'll need the restaurant too.
It was 35 years ago, no repos, then just basic till, but you inputted price, and it produced a receipt.
Greater than blonde, pixie or close to head haircut. I think you mean a bob, right? If so,
then that's it, and puts on sunglasses. Bob's your uncle, AITA.
The women's shoe salesman Al Bundy will be proud of you.
I hate to be that person, but nowhere in ops post does it say that the woman wears shoes he sold was an old woman.
Al Bundy must be taught you.
It's as if some people don't follow the rules. Greater than my euro. Al Bundy would be so proud of you. Nicely done, bud.
Fool and let someone tell a story.
Thank you, this was killing me. I swear I read something similar just last week, but it turned out to be this episode of Roll to Haha.
Her name was Karen, but no, she was a brunette woman in her 50 seconds.
No makeup, wear bright colors.
Laughing my ass off.
Entertainment.
Upvoted yours to 66, hope it stays at that, or goes to 69. Welcome, my job here is done XD.
In the UK, items sold have to be of reasonable quality. The customer would be completely correct to do this here. First thing I thought of as well, definitely sounds like this whole
thing could have been on. Would I lie to you?
How did we put that through the till? Did nobody check?
The sale at any point.
I can tell if you're serious or playing, but you made me low, thanks.
P.S. Working, he doesn't have time for edit.
Oh, I do much rather deliver a baby cow than work in a busy shoe shop. You just tell her $20. Most older women carry cash she hands.
You're 20 and walk out the door. It's almost like you've never worked in retail before.
I am so disappointed I had to scroll this far for an Al Bundy reference.
Been having a hard time buying this one myself. Don't be fucking stupid. How are you going to pull a fool?
Restaurant out of a cow.
Real macro. It's messy but interesting, and also it's a joy to see life breathe into a little calf.
And helping it stand up to nurse pure beauty.
Working class hero.
Too weird to not be true.
This series of comments is one of the best I've seen in a long time.
9 years old but zero karma, what the heck? Very wholesome cow comments.
This is why I have a GED.
I trained to be an assistant manager at famous footwear.
And yeah, it's a special kind of soul crushing.
There are millions of jobs I wouldn't want to do, and that is one of them.
Lol, and how would they even find out? Did you know it's illegal in the US for people under 21 to drink, but they still do it.
Her name was actually Karen.
Yeah, well spelled Karen. Does it still count?
Former Staples employee here that has ledgered the entirety of the shitty personalities that regularly shop at Staples.
I am an optician and people do this all the time with their glasses usually.
After 4 times we tell them no more.
The life Al Bundy.
All the creative problem solving of the youth.
Have you read your own comment history?
I don't want to do any of them, but here we are on TV. The young middle-aged woman named Karen fits description.
Couldn't remember the haircut name for the life of me.
Seriously, who has time for that?
They could have regularly sold used shoes in good shape.
Al Bundy's first job.
UPPL eat up the fakest fucking stories.
It is true honest.
Yes, that is a common word. Good job finding it. To let the facts get in the way of a good story, bud.
She was literally wasting time on a busy day.
I'm glad I was of service. Please leave me. Will you need my shitty services?
How do you think Starbucks was made a do?
I am not saying there are renty problems that need fixing, just that nature is relentlessly brutal all in.
It's so well before humans become involved. I've heard that the GED exam is fairly challenging. People who have neither a high school diploma nor a GED are the ones we truly worry about. Nonsense, those tests are easy. Even a high school dropout can pass them.
Highland cattle, the big fuzzy ones, they're the best.
I used to sell women's shoes at a department store in the mall, so I agree.
While sad about the meth, he sounds like he has amazing talents.
Al Bundy agrees.
Yes, and so is selling customers personal property, hence up posting the song.
I thought for sure she was a bottle blonde orc. You could clearly see the roots.
Only because her oversized sunglasses kind of highlighted him.
Am I glad she checks with the wise ones before she does anything?
You were a good bladder. This is why Al Bundy was so miserable.
Shout out to you. You made it worth your time and energy.
I love this story. So many times I wanted to do something petty to my
Most customers, this gives me a bit of satisfaction.
She wasn't the elderly one.
He didn't tell her there were another customer's used shoes that's absolutely taking advantage of her.
You're absolutely right, a domestic cow can't live without help.
It's just one step away from being a silkworm. My ex lived just fine on her own for years.
SHHH, I saw potential in that cafe.
Super cute. My favorite one is Sally. She's really pretty, and likes to chew on my hand.
And get scratches, they're always running away though.
The cow's default mode, unless you have apples in your pocket and...
Then it's you who better run. Almost got run down by them when I had a
Bag of bread, I jammed it.
I need you to pull out Decaf.
It's 2019 and the store I work in doesn't have computerized.
Sales of all, no barcodes, no scanning, you just type the price into
The till and it prints the receipt.
Staples is another level of hell.
the sale went through the till, and she got a receipt. It was back in 1984.
35 years ago, before computerized tills, just type in the price and the amount. Tendered and the till printed a receipt. It is true, honestly.
Sounds like you taught that customer a lesson.
You're a genius.
You are neither genius.
Nara Prorovenge.
Sounds like a good solid intervention. That worked, nice job.
Well played.
Sounds like a win-win to me.
Haha, it's just business, haha. That happened.
Some people would be disgusted by that, or at the very least want to sanitize them first.
This is hilarious and amazing.
Better than the crap we sold.
I was 18 in 1986, born in 68. If I put 1986 in, that posting, it was a date.
Well, I was in college from September 84, so the posting now are talking about happened around Christmas 84.
Well then, you read just wrong for another reason.
Dementia sounds more like severe OCD to me.
Doesn't a cow need to be kept basically perpetually pregnant to be a worthwhile source of milk?
Ever been to a naturalized middle?
Lol, and we steal the baby daddy too.
Maybe the dude is a veterinarian and wanted a cafe, but had an emergency call and asked
You to pull the cafe out for him.
Our cows welcomes you, friend.
Worked on a farm for a good bit having lambs, and calves. It was so rewarding. If anybody ever has the chance, I would highly recommend.
My Starbucks is going into labor, I need you to pull out the calf. And no wonder teenagers are so shitty, maybe they shouldn't be allowed to work.
That sounds miserable.
They said it was like 40 years ago. I do believe it based on that. If it happened today, ain't it? So much, of course.
I feel like she had it long coming. Did you spill the beans to your coworkers?
No, only people, but no are Redditors.
Well, hilarious. What condition was the annoying woman's shoes in?
Do you own a Dodge?
I thought you lost your virginity when you were 16 in 1986. Fair enough. The job's a good.
I suddenly want to be you.
She got what was coming to her. I guess her people who act that pathetic make me a little sad sometimes.
This belongs on.
Maybe she couldn't afford to actually buy a new pair.
This is plausible though.
She didn't, I sold her shoes, lol.
Hey, I wasn't agreeing or disagreeing with you, just pointing out that the main point in your argument was incorrect.